Hi, guys. Jean here. Listen, tonight I have to light my sage. Yeah, that's the kind of day I'm having. You see that? That's my sage, and I have my Palo Santo here. Everything is burning. Ay, ay, ay. Anyways, yeah, today my day actually started where I actually had to say, I'm going to straighten this here a little bit. And yeah, forgive me for that. I'm watching my tree pictures behind there. And honestly, that's not, yeah, it's just wed. But, anyways, I hope you're not just looking at my wedness. You can, okay, I just, yeah, anyway, it's funny. I think this joy is contagious from another friend that I've seen doing her thing, and there is so much joy in her video, which is interesting because you would think that this is my day, that my entire day has been this joyous. But my day started with a no, right? It started with a no, and I'll tell you the story of that. And I'll tell you the story of my day as well, and how I come to this place where all day long I am feeling a little bit anxious. I'm feeling a little bit out of sort. Let me know if you having that kind of day as well, because I'm really feeling a little bit anxious and a little bit out of sort and a little bit in a hurry. And I do not do hurry. There is nothing about me that does hurry. And I don't want to point this out, but I really want to move all these things around and fix them. And I think I'll do that next time because as much as this looked like it's my 5-year-old nephew that did this, I did pay 100 Eastern Caribbean dollars for this photo. It's from a friend of mine's. She's sell on the beach, and she does wonderful things. And this photo remind me so much of my upbringing that I may even cry. It just reminds me of my upbringing so much, and I love it. And I'm going to keep it in the photo. I'm going to keep it in the frame. Yeah. So this morning I did a bit of a coaching call with someone that I know really well. And I wouldn't say that she's a friend, but we know each other because both of us has done the YDC, in the at the ashram. I think in 2010, I did mine's in 2011. I have the feeling she did hers before. But when you do the YDC with people, the yoga development program, the yoga development course, when you do that with others or all the people that took the course, when you meet those people, they're like friends that you have known for a lifetime, like literally. That's how they come in because there is something that you understand fundamentally among yourself. You just have this understanding that we have been to the jungle, we have been chased by all the animals, the lion, the tigers, and we come out on the other side. We have traveled down the river in the storm, in all of it. So we have this understanding that this knowing of each other. So anyway, this young woman was coaching me this morning on you know how when you have one of those free calls. So I was on a free call with her, a free coaching call for an hour. And inside of the call, I tell her where I'm at and she tells me what she can do. And then she asks this question. So, do you think we are a good fit for coaching? Because I am looking for a mentor, I am looking for a coach. So, if you're a mentor and you're fabulous and you know how, you really know your stuff, come to me. Now, this woman really know her stuff. Honestly, she know her stuff. She's spiritual. She is witchy. She is, yeah, she's, esoteric. She's right up my alley, this person. But for some reason, I know that we are not a good fit. I just, and I think not only I know that, she knows that too. And I don't know if it's because I was thinking about maybe the money that I have to pay. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind paying for coaching, but I don't know if that was on my mind. What I do know is that my whole body says, yeah, we're not a good fit. And she asked this question to me about 2 or 3 times, like, do you think we are a good fit for this, for, for her to be my coach? And my whole body was like, no, no. But the people pleasing part of me, when you are a people pleaser and you don't even realize that you are a people pleaser, and apparently I am a people pleaser, or part of me is, not my whole self, but a big part of me wants to be kind and want to be nice and want to say yes to things that I think would move me forward. But I told her no. And the people pleaser in me was like, it's almost like I trauma, when people trigger your trauma, it's almost like I trigger my people pleasing self, because I got off the phone and I'm feeling bad, and I'm feeling like, oh, I need to write her a message and let her know. But the truth is, we had a great understanding on the call. We had a great understanding. She knew, I know, we both know. But this sense of sitting inside this as women, and I'm going to say it from that point of view. As women, innately, we are people pleaser. And it is why it is so hard for us to say no when we believe that it might be something that is good for us. And even if it's good for us, maybe the fit of the person is not the best. We have said yes before when we knew and we know that things are not going to work out. We have all done it. I have done it. You have done it. Your friends have done it. We have said yes many, many times, knowing that it's not going to really pan out. But we usually say yes and hope, right? We say yes, but we hope that it's going to go where we want it to go. And when it doesn't, we still in the same shitstorm that we were in to begin with, because we know that that should have been a hard no. And with saying this, I have this other friend that, we talk a lot. Me and her did Mama Gina together. We have done Landmark. We have done so much self-development work and, self-pleasure work and all these. And when I say self-pleasure, take your head out of where your dress went. We're not going there. Um, it's all about joy and happiness and staying in a place of, fully turned on with your whole body and spirit. So actually, that whole idea of the pleasure piece is about staying positive and even spiritual. It's part of my spirituality. It's part of my spiritual work, how to be in a space of feeling good and feeling good in my body all the time. And this friend of mine, this second friend, her conflict about saying yes and no has always been a struggle. When we talk, she always say, I want my yes to be a yes, and I want my no to be a no. And so do I, and so do you. However, saying no to people you care about, to people you respect, to people you look upon as your inspiration. Like, this person is an inspiration to me. This person is her full self. This person show up in the world as the way she needs to show up in the world. And I admire that. I admire so much about that. But I also had to say no, because what I wanted and what I believe that is being offered, even though she may be able to take me there, I already felt in my spirit. And so I was honoring that. But honoring that no spiraled me into a bit of a challenging day. So the first challenge I had, I wanted to put up one of those phone stand in my car. I already have one. It's in a terrible place, and it's like under the wheel. So when I'm speaking, you can only see me from under here. It's not pleasant, and I don't like the spots it is in. So I bought a new phone, a phone hanger thingy for my car. I bought a second one, which I already spent money on the first one, and now I bought a second one. Now, where I put it on my windshield, what I need it for, it's not doing that. I want to put it in a spot where I can take you guys along with me when I'm driving, so you can see this vast, freaking beautiful place that I live in. I really want to take you along with me. So this morning I'm tinging it up and I'm trying to put my phone hanger thing inside of the car, and I managed to get it up, and then I decided to do a little drive and test it out, and it would not work. Boom, second kind of frustrated part of my day. And I'm like, this is so frustrating. I don't know if I like that. Right? Next thing, I got a message from a friend of mine that lives a busy, busy life. I don't live this busy life. And I have to come to her house to do some hypnotherapy. She is the hypnotherapist, and I am going to get the therapy. And she's training, so we helping each other. I'm getting free hypnotherapy session, and she's getting her hours, and I love it. I love it. But she's in a hurry, and she's like, "Can you come and do a quick hypnotherapy with me?" And I said, "I don't do hurry," which I think I kind of slightly upset her, because I am not doing your hurry thing, right? I am willing to come. I'm willing to do the service. I'm willing to come the time you want me, and I'm willing to leave the time you want me to leave. But nothing about it has to be quick, for me. Like, this is a quick thing. I don't live in that kind of space. And it's hard when your friends and your people live in different spaces that you don't live in, and you have to merge the two. There's a lot of that, I think, is happening in my life in a small way. So I had to say, I cannot do the hurry thing. I can come and do it, but it would have to work out for me in some way where I don't feel like I'm hurrying. And then she wrote back and she said, "Thank you for your honesty. Yeah, right? This is important to me. We come to this place of honesty. It is so important for me to show up in the world in my truth. And what I know for sure, 100%, I have experienced it. I've seen it happen in my life over and over and over again. When I cannot tell you the truth, I cannot talk to you. When I really cannot tell you what my truth is, it means that how can I have a conversation with you when I cannot tell you what is true?" And I've had this experience. One time I was in ceremony, and I got called I got called for something that I said. And the way I got called out, because I guess when you're being reprimanded, it means that you are called out. And I got called out for my behavior, because I guess it was a behavior. I took a stand for something. And usually when I take a stand for something, it's really important. That stand that I'm taking, it's really important to me. And I think that would be important to you too, if you take a stand for something. And we all stand for something. Don't let me even go on about the things we stand for. Mainly our truth. And our truth do not have to be someone else's truth. And I think that's where the conflict and the confusion come in, because my truth and your truth may not be the same at all. We would have different truth from time to time, right? So I got called in for, this something that I said, or which was very true. There was generators. It was making noise at late at night, and it I really couldn't handle the noise because I wanted to sleep. The truth is here, the way I deliver, the way I deliver, how I delivered, oh my God, this is making noise. I could have done it in a better way. I didn't have to do it in my anger. So I take responsibility for that, right? And you need to take responsibility for when you're showing up at people's place or in different situation, when your anger is speaking as opposed to your voice. And there are times when my anger speaks louder than my voice and what I have to say. So I take responsibility for my delivery. And I said that to them. I said, the way I deliver this, I take responsibility for it, but the message is still the same. This upset me. And there was about 6 people sitting around, and they all had this moment on me. And I was sitting there, and I can feel in my heart, and I can hear my spirit says to me, yeah, spirit, universe, creator, angel, ancestors, whomever, grandmother, grandfather, whomever, that whisper to you, that other voice, not even your thoughts, because your thoughts. Your thoughts are very much, most of the time, need a bit of a slapping around. And I heard clearly, you cannot speak because you cannot speak your truth. And because if I speak my truth, everybody is going to be in the shitters. And I know that they can't handle it. And there is that as well. Sometimes your truth, other people really cannot handle your truth. So there is a time when you can tell it and a time when you can't. Um, Although we want to tell our truth all the time, maybe not all of you, because living in our truth can be very challenging. But I sometimes want to speak up. But when I can't, it means that I cannot tell you my real truth. So with my friend, with her, saying to me, thank you for your honesty, I feel kind of good about that. Although she still kind of wrote a whole spiel about all the busyness that she's doing in her life. And now I want to be honest and say, girl, you know, there is that happened over there because you're not slowing down. How do you tell the people that you love some of the things that you want to tell them? Because in that case, that friend of mine whom I love very, very much, and she's on, she broke her leg, the same foot, like, she's third time that one foot is broken, her left foot. I think, is it her left? Yeah. And it is the third time. And for me, that is the universe telling her to slow down, to really slow down. And, even the way that, she messaged me, how much hurry she is and all the things she have to do and all the places she have to go. The first thing that came to my mind is, this person haven't gotten the lesson, you know, and I cannot tell her that she hasn't gotten the lesson. The lesson is for her. The lesson is for her to learn. And unless she asks, I'm not going to tell her. Because I did say when I found out that, this leg was broken the third time, I said, did you get a lesson? And she said yes. But now I'm witnessing that not really. She haven't gotten it. Maybe we need to put it on a post-it for her. But I love her and I want to be there as much as I can for her. So I'll do that. And anyways, so coming back to my car and putting up my phone hanger thingy, which, I couldn't do, I wasn't in the right spot anyway. So I drove to Banff And I went to see my mentee because I do mentor a beautiful young woman from Ethiopia. Yeah, you can help me out with this, and that was really nice. I got to say, I really love being a mentor to younger people because that was really nice. Because right away, whatever I have to say, I am speaking from experience. So when you're speaking from experience, like I am, there is wisdom in here, lots of wisdom. And especially from a Black woman that lives in a white mountain town, there is lots of wisdom here. And it's up to you to take the wisdom or not. It's all of that is up to you. But I love mentoring because, as I say, there's lots of wisdom in that. So I spent an hour with her. We chat a lot. It went really well. And I actually have to take some of the advice that I give her. just I just found myself walking from the mailbox back here, and I'm like, what did I say to this young woman? I have to take this advice for myself as well. Um, what do I really want to do, and how do I, because we were talking about work and what kind of work she want, and she continue anyway, she keeps saying to me, you can correct me, I give you permission to do that. So she keeps saying to me, oh, I'll take any job. I just take any job. So I said to her, but what job would bring you joy? What job would you like? And she finally said, well, I would really love to be a server, but my English is not very good. Believe me, her English is better than mine. Her pronunciation is better than mine. So I told her, do not say that her English is not good. Ultimately, she's going to feel a lot. She's going to start feeling very confident in her English and speak it, right? So we went through this process like, so you want to be a server? Do you want to serve breakfast, or do you want to serve dinner? Do you want to work in a restaurant down the street, or do you want to work in a hotel? Do you want to do fine dining serving, or do you want to do casual serving? You know, I wish somebody had told me all of this when I was maybe her age, so then I would not have spent so many years doing so much, all the things that I didn't want because I believe I didn't have a choice. And this young lady seriously believed that she doesn't have a choice. And she's full on legal in this country, so it's not like she cannot get a job. She's legal and she has a job, and but the job that she has right now is not the job that she really wants to have, or the place that she works, she doesn't want to be there either. So I said, let's sit and let's just get clear on these things, because so when you're applying for the job, you're going to definitely have a clear idea. So you're in a position because you have your Canadian papers, and you don't have to get stuck working one place, because here in Banff, there's a lot of foreign workers, and if you can have a work permit but don't have a PR, permanent resident, so you can get stuck working in these areas here. So I said to her, like, you have choices. So let's just get clear on the thing that you want, and we can do it. So while I'm walking from the mailbox coming into the house here a few minutes ago, I hear myself saying, Jean, you need to actually be very clear, because if you have those clear steps on what you're doing and how you're doing it, you have choices. You can just get clear. So even with this YouTube channel, um, I know that this is about, I want to do this. I am doing it, not want to. Ridiculous, because I've been here now, what, 28 days? Guys, 28 days. I have shown up for 28 days. Let's give ourselves a little clap, right? Thank you. Normally, I So 28 days, every day showing up at whatever time that I have to. So that for me is a plus, it's a bonus. And this channel is really for my retirement. So I am praying that I can be clear and stay with it and just come and talk to you guys the way I'm talking to you guys right now. It doesn't have to be fluff. It doesn't have to be must. But I think too today what was going through my mind in so many different ways is that, oh, I need to get better at editing. I need to get a proper camera. I need to get the proper stuff for my car. I need to get the proper phone holder, for my car, and all these things, all these things that we clutter ourselves with, which cause us not to do the thing that we have to do, right? Because the truth is, this right here, right now, I'm going to be doing this for 100 days every day. And it's just my probational period. It's just practice. I'm just practicing. I'm just coming on here to have a little bit of fun, to practice, to talk to you, to learn to use my voice, and to see where I go with it. That's what this is about. It is practice for me. I am in my probational era, meaning that if this is my new job, which it is, my new part-time job, my new side business, my new side job, if this is what this is, I actually, I am in a probational era, right? Because if you have a job and it's brand new, no matter if you did the job somewhere else, but you come to a new company, you have to learn the way of that company. You have to learn the policy. You have to do the things, right? And for me, right now, doing the thing is showing up and having this conversation. Doing the thing is showing up and speaking, and getting my voice out into the world, showing up and being here on these YouTube streets. So that is what I'm doing, right? So suffice to say, today felt frustrating. Frustrated. It felt a little bit like part of me was in a space where I need to be in a hurry or I'm anxious. And, in saying that, I have a friend that I need to call who is not well. And I've called already 3 times, I think, for the day, and no one is answering the phone. And I think that too I think the way I'm feeling have something to do with that. I need some clarity there. I need some information there, and it's keeping me, So when I get off here, I am going to go call my friend again because I feel I need to have this information. I don't know why I'm not settled in myself with it. I also, yeah, so I'm just going to wrap up here about, because I want to leave you guys with this. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Just remember that if you are a people pleasing person and it is hard for you to say no and you have to say no, but you don't say no because you do not want the person to feel bad because you have to say no. So then you say yes, so that the person can feel good, but you know that it's not a yes for you. But because you want to please and not look bad or not have them look bad, you're saying yes. I want to leave you with this. It's okay to say no. No explanation, and yes, we say no in different things, but there are certain things that is really hard when you're facing somebody face to face. But it's okay to say no and feel what you feel afterwards, because it's the after feeling that make us so uncomfortable that we want to undo what we have done. If you have stayed in and listened to this my video this long, thank you. I really appreciate you. And I really hope you got something from this video. It's okay to say no. It's going to trigger your trauma, your trauma, you're going to trigger your trauma body, the part of you that scream, well, I can't say no to this person. So it's going to get triggered. You're going to feel a little bit traumatized. You're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel bad, and you're going to feel bad for the person, but stay with it. I guarantee you this whole feeling, this is an evolution for me. I'm going to grow. There is growth in this uncomfortable, um, trauma triggered, feeling bad, saying no because it was the right thing to do. So I leave you with that. Say no when it's really, really right for you to say no. Because, dude, yeah, it can take you out for the whole day, but that's just one day as opposed to making a commitment that would take you out for a month or 2 or 3 months, right? So I want to say, don't forget to like and to subscribe to my channel, because you subscribing to my channel would help me a lot in this endeavor that I'm on. If that's the correct word, if it's not, you're okay to tell me that it's not. I give you permission. This journey, this excited process that I take on for myself. Yeah, subscribe. It's free for you, and you're going to help me. You're going to be part of this girl, this woman retirement plan thing, right? Maybe I should call my channel the retirement plan and see how that work out for me. Anyways, love you guys. Love you for listening to me this long. You have yourself a good day. Do less, be more, and do not hurry. Slow down, take your time. Don't hurry. Thank you, guys.